It's not on. Look at this.
You're listening to
No.
The Grasshopper Show, and I'm the host, Darren Wilson, and I'm from the 206 Pacific Northwest. My podcast will consist of high school, AAU, college sports, NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, Major League
Still live,
Soccer,
though.
beach volleyball, cricket. If it's sports, we got it coming at you live from the 206. Let's go!
Hey, sure, you're on, son.
Welcome. This is the Grasshopper. I'm coming live from North Ribbons Wood Park, Bellevue, Washington. We're going to do a cricket match. I told you folks if it was sports, we got it. And I have the luxury of being able to watch my first cricket match. And they're out there playing, and we're going to shoot the camera out there so you guys can know and believe that, yes, it is cricket, folks. It is cricket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of the cricket players come on over and introduce himself. Child's play. So which one of you want to come over? You want to come over? All right. Here we go.
Not right here, man. All right.
Right there, man.
Oh, you want
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is the Grasshopper. Thank you for coming and being on part of the Grasshopper Show.
Thank you.
Well, once
Thank you for being here and covering cricket.
Oh, man, I tell you, this is a great sport. I know it's one of the oldest sports that's been created from the beginning of time. But kind of tell us a little bit about how you got involved with cricket, what the game is like, what the rules are, things of that nature.
Sure. So I come from Southern Asia,
Okay.
and cricket is next to religion.
Okay.
Yes, that's the first game he's learned.
Okay.
So invariably, you fall in love with the game. Your teams are doing well, and all of that. And when you travel abroad
Mm-hmm.
to a country where you don't have cricket,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we started feeling that itch. Okay, how do we play cricket? And I've been here since 2008,
Okay.
and there's a lot of makeshift cricket that happens,
Mhm.
which is played on soccer fields,
Okay.
and it gives you a little bit of contentment, but it's not the real deal.
Okay.
That's when we thought, okay, we should do something about that, and we started scouting for grounds. In 2013, Puget Sound Cricket Club was formed, so I am one of the founders and members of the club.
Okay.
We started working with a lot of cities, city of Bellevue, city of Redmond, Issaquah, Sammamish, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to scout for grounds and take proposals to the city. And then this ground, which is a big picture school ground, this was perfect. And we thought it could be a good fit. We went to the city.
Mm-hmm.
They said this ground is already used for multiple different things.
Right.
We cannot share it. So we showed them a proposal where we could just put that pitch in the center
Mm-hmm.
without impacting any other sport, and we can coexist.
Okay.
That went well,
Okay.
and that's how we got our ground in 2014.
Okay.
And since then, this has been our home ground. And the league that we play right now is the league through which people can go and play for United States. They can represent the country. So you can think of it like your college football,
Yes.
for which you can get in NFL.
Okay.
So these regional leagues, these are the stepping stone to play for the country.
Okay.
And there are a lot of players from the region who has represented the United States.
So do you play all year round, or do you just play like from maybe March through September?
Yeah, so cricket, it's an outdoor game where the ball has to be bounced, and there's so many other factors.
Okay.
It needs good weather. If it's pouring and raining, it's difficult, and I know Seattle is not the best place.
Right.
So our cricket is mostly between April and end of September. Sometimes it's a week into October, but then it starts getting cold and it's not very pleasant.
Okay.
The ball's pretty hard. It hits your hand. you don't like it.
Okay. Well, give us the outline, the rules, real quick for those who aren't familiar with cricket. Maybe folks do see cricket and think it's hard to understand, but give us some of the rules of cricket real quick.
Absolutely. So the 11 players in each team.
Okay.
The game starts with a flip of coin.
Okay.
So two captains go in front of the umpire, and they flip the coin, and one of the captains who wins picks whether he wants to go bat first or whether he wants to bowl first.
Okay.
Bowling is like pitching,
Okay.
and batting is batting.
Okay.
So the game starts with two of the batters going in the center pitch,
Okay.
and the bowling side, all the 11 players are on the field. The batting side, only 2 players are on the field. The batsman who's taking the strike,
Mhm.
he's basically called the opener, the one who's taking the first strike of the game.
Okay.
He opens the game, and the other side is a non-striker. The bowler comes, delivers a delivery, and the intent of the batsman is to send it as far as he can.
Okay.
So if the ball goes over the boundary, which is a home run in baseball,
Right.
it's called a 6.
Okay.
You get 6 runs.
6 runs.
Run
Okay.
is like a point,
Yes.
right? And in cricket, you have a lot of points that you accumulate. And if the batsman hits the ball and it rolls outside the boundary,
Mhm.
it's called a 4. You get 4 points.
Okay.
The other way is to get runs too. You tap and you run, like you do it in baseball
Mhm.
sometimes, right? You get 1 run or 2 run, depending on how many times you cross between the 2 bases.
Okay.
We call it stumps or wickets.
Okay.
It's called base in baseball.
Okay.
Right? So the intent of the fielding side is to get those guys out. They can do it in 4 different ways. Actually more, but 4 are the major ones.
Okay.
One is if the batsman tries to hit it in the air,
Mhm.
and one of the fielders can catch it before it gets out of the boundary,
Okay.
that's out.
Okay.
Similar to baseball.
Okay.
The other way is when the ball delivered hits the stump when the batsman is trying to bat.
Okay.
Basically, he strikes,
Right.
and he misses, and the ball hits those 3 sticks, which is wickets or stumps.
Right.
The batsman is out.
Okay.
Third way is when the batsman is trying to use his legs instead of the bat to stop the ball from hitting those stumps.
Okay.
The umpire says you're trying to use your legs, not your bat. You're out.
Okay.
The ball should be going and hitting the stumps.
Okay.
So umpire has to decide that. So that's where the umpire is extremely critical. Sometimes the umpires will give you wrong decisions. That's the third way. The fourth way is when you're trying to steal a run by tapping and running between the 2 bases,
Mm-hmm.
and the fielding side takes the ball and takes the stumps out before you cross.
Before you cross.
That's when. So
That-
I think something similar in baseball as well.
Right.
Where
You
you're
gotta
throwing
be-
the ball in before you reach the base and you get out.
Right. Okay.
So those are the 4 different ways. There's small other ways you can get out if you're trying to hit the ball and your bat goes and hits the stumps.
Right.
Then that's also kind of
Okay. So you only get 1 out, though. Is that correct?
yes. You can just get 1 out and you're done. You don't get 3 strikes.
Okay. And the length of the game is how long, depending on which bracket or division that you play in, or
So the different leagues. So it depends on the league and not the division.
okay.
So the league that we play, which is called the Northwest Cricket League, right now we are in the 40 over season, which
Okay.
means each batting side gets 40 overs, which is 40 into 6 pitches.
Okay.
So you get 240 pitches. So either as a batting side, you can consume all 240
Mm-hmm.
and score as many points or runs you can.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be losing all your wickets, or which is the players or the batsmen.
Okay.
If you lose all your 10 batsmen
Mhm.
before the 240 pitches, you're done.
Oh wow.
And whatever runs you score,
Mm-hmm.
let's say at the end of 240 pitches of 40 overs,
Mm-hmm.
let's say my team scores 200 runs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good score. And the other team has to come and score at 201 to win.
Okay.
You score 200, it's a tie. You score less, we win.
Okay.
You score 201, they win. So they try and get those runs, and our intention is to stop them from scoring those many and try to get them out or get the pitches done.
Mm-hmm.
So either you get the pitches done before they score or chase, or they win.
Okay. Well, I see you have on these nice knee guards. What do you use these for, when you're batting or when you're up?
So batsmen use these to protect their knees and legs.
Okay.
The ball's pretty hard.
that's me. My cord here.
These are called leg guards
Okay.
or cricket pads.
Okay.
These are used by batsmen to protect themselves from the ball hitting you directly.
Okay.
The keeper, who's right behind the stumps, the guy you see wearing the blue ones, he is also using it because he's very close.
Thank you. With little mild difficulties there, so we're going to go ahead and take the headset off so we can get rid of the blue, 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 blue. So continue.
So yeah, the keeper you see who's wearing the blue ones, he's also wearing it. The one who's standing right behind the base, batting base.
Right.
He uses those pads as well. It's a protective gear. Those are the three people who will wear the cricket leg guards.
Okay.
The thing that you see on the head is basically the helmet. It has a grill in the front because the ball is pitched. It can bounce evenly, unevenly in different ways. So there's a grill in to protect the batsman from getting hurt.
Okay. Okay.
And then you wear those gloves as well to protect your fingers.
Okay.
And you wear a box.
All right. All right. So you've been playing cricket your whole life?
Yeah, you can say that. So I'm 35 right now, so I'm sure I've been playing it for 30 plus years.
30 plus years. So let's talk a little bit more about how the game has evolved when it over in the other continents of the world. And I know that there is a international cricket council,
correct,
that meets annually and monitors all of the different leagues that are being played. Can you talk about how they're divided up?
Yeah, so the International Cricket Council is the central body, like FIFA,
right,
who governs how the cricket is run across the world.
Okay.
They have different levels of membership. The top tier are the Test playing nation. Test is a form of cricket which is across 5 days. So that's the highest level that you can get to, and those are the best teams in the world, and there are not many of them who qualify for that. Currently, I believe there are 10 teams who can play Test cricket, not more than that. Then there are different tiers. The next tier, there's a tier, it's called a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Yes.
So the higher the tier, the less performing team you are.
Okay.
So if you're in tier 1, the next step is basically international.
Okay.
So there are a lot of associate countries. United States is one of the associates. They are not in the international or the test playing league yet, but they've participated in some of the world tournaments a few times.
All right.
I would say cricket is picking up, mostly because of the South Asian folks. And
that have migrated to the United States.
Correct.
You're talking about cricket picking up in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as a club, Puget Sound Cricket Club, we are one of the visions that we have is to grow the cricket in the schools. So what we do whenever we get a chance, we go to schools and demonstrate what the sport is.
Okay.
So this year as well, in the month of July, I can't remember exactly which day, but we are going to a school to show how cricket is played to their elementary school students.
Okay.
So we want the grassroots to pick up the sport.
All right. So if I wanted to get involved, how could I be helped to be an ambassador of cricket to get it going here in the United States, and even be part of your association and come out and follow you guys on a regular basis?
Absolutely. So to be part of the Puget Sound Cricket Club, it's very simple.
Okay.
We have a website.
Okay.
You just go in and send us a query saying I'm interested in the sport.
Okay.
And I want to play. We practice every Wednesday between the months of April and September end from 5:30 p.m. till sunset. So just walk in and see how it goes. Get a feel of the sport. We have 3 pitches. So one is the main pitch in the center. We have 2 pitches on the far end, which are the practice pitches. So if somebody is not very confident, they can just want to go and take it slow and light and easy. You can just do simple throwdowns instead of going the full pitch bowling. Right? So we always welcome people who are new to the sport to come in, have a look, get involved, and see if you like the sport start playing with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed you guys wear nice uniforms. You know, Muhammad was able to give me this nice shirt here, boy, and I
Yeah.
tell you, it's nice. And I see you guys are in the all white today.
Yeah. So till last year,
Okay.
all were wearing this shirt that you are wearing.
Okay.
So we used to have a whiter ball.
Okay.
So if you're wearing colored clothes, you got to use a white ball because the red ones you don't see it.
Okay.
The problem with the white balls, we noticed, was they have a little bit of plastic and leather in it,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the weather we have and the rain,
Mm-hmm.
it gets soggy a little bit
Okay.
and it bloats
Oh, okay.
and it gets difficult to hard. It just hurts your fingers. It breaks your bats, and bats are pretty expensive, like $400, $300 for a good bat.
Wow.
If you just break it like playing one pitch, then you're like losing $400.
Okay.
So the Northwest Cricket League, where we all participate, we have an annual general body meeting.
Okay.
There was a proposal that was made that I think we should switch to all leather
Mm-hmm.
because it lasts longer
Okay.
and it's better.
Okay.
So we switched to the red balls
Okay.
this year.
This year. Okay.
And the red balls, when you're playing, you need to wear white clothing because you can't see.
Okay. You can't see.
Yeah, some teams have red clothing
Okay.
and you cannot see the red ball.
Okay. So explain today what we have going on at this match here is because I notice it's just one team. Is that correct? Or is it two teams?
Two teams.
So there's two teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this game is a Division B game,
Okay.
and the teams that are participating today is the Puget Sound Cricket Club
Okay.
and the Puget Sound Steelheads.
Okay.
It's a coincidence that both of our teams, which are in the same division, are now playing against each other.
Okay.
Normally, it would be other clubs, captain of the batting team.
Okay.
And we, I think, are scoring at a decent rate. I believe we are about more than 1/3 done with our pitches.
Okay.
So
Okay.
our goal towards the end is as many, but if we have more batters,
Mhm.
we want to go and score as many runs as we can.
All right. All right. So are you going to have an opportunity to play international, or do you guys have something like the Olympics or the Commonwealth Games or the Goodwill Games with cricket? Okay.
There's some rivalry because of different reasons, but it's easily at least about 2 billion people watching, other billion.
Wow.
So for us in Seattle, and you got to get us.
Appreciate you sitting down with us, and we're going to watch a little bit more, come and interview more people, our players as they come, and whoever you think else should be, come on over. Just have free time. Come on over.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Well, thank you for
so
your time.
much for coming.
Okay,
And,
thank
we
you.
are also having a family barbecue because both teams are playing our teams, our
Okay.
club teams.
Okay.
We kind of made it a family event, so we're going to have a barbecue.
Okay.
And, please feel free to join.
Well,
us.
we look forward to that.
Cool.
Well, thank you for
so
being on the
much.
Grasshopper Show.
Appreciate it.
There you go, folks. Darren Wilson, I am the Grasshopper, and I tell you, first cricket match, and folks laughed at me when I put cricket in on my introduction song. But you can understand that I'm everywhere. I do it all. If it's sports, we got it. So we're hanging out here, North Robbinswood Park in Bellevue, Washington, and watching the cricket match going on. And I tell you, ooh, this is quite a sport. I mean, I've played quite a few sports in my life, but I tell you, this is a very interesting, and it's very, very, very eventful. And I tell you what, it's a lot of action in there. So I got my son out here with me. His name is Des, but his handle is Desmondo. Desmondo, come on and say hi to the folks here. Come on out here. See, well, I created this platform to hopefully my son would pick up and follow me and do some of the things that I do, because he's like his dad. You know, he's a little.
It's pretty that would be. I want to see it on Sports Center and everything, so it's just pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Well, son, I want to thank you for coming out and spending the Father's Day weekend with your dad, doing what he loves to do, and that's work sports. So you're listening to the Grasshopper Show. We're covering the cricket match at the North Robbinswood Park in Bellevue, Washington, and we're going to come on back shortly. We're going to take a break, but it is live on YouTube, so we're doing what we do. Thank you for listening. We'll be back.